I think many of you are still joining the class. Okay. Can one or two persons reply me? Is it visible or not? Audible or not? So another thing is what I have done is in our group I've shared the DS. You can see one. So I shared the DS syllabus. Some asked me what the syllabus was. I shared the DS syllabus and DS lab manual. In lab manual, all the programs in our lab which you have to execute, all were included with outputs. You can practice at your home. Okay. Besides that one, I will send some material also unit wise. Okay. But at present, you can see these two. So now in the previous class, we tried to understand what do you mean by pointer. So what do you mean by a pointer? A pointer is nothing but a variable which shows the address of some variable, of some memory location, of some value. Anything is okay. Okay. Pointer shows the address of some value, variable, anything. Okay. So in that one, we have seen the things. Now, why we studied pointers means to understand the linked list, we have to know the concept of pointer. Unless you don't know the concept, you can't understand anything. So now first we will see what are the limitations of an array. See. So arrays are simple to understand and elements of an array are easily accessible. But array have some limitations. What are their? Arrays have a fixed dimension. For example, you have given 1 minute. For example, I have given something like int. For example, I have given something like int a of. So this array can store up to 15 elements starting from 0 to 14. That's the thing. So for example, I have written something like int a of 10. So here, how many I can store? Some 11 elements. So starting from a of 0 to a of 9. Okay. So a of 0 to a of 9. These are the 9 elements that come under this array int a of 10. So, for example, this is a student array. For example, this is a student array. For example, this is a so so student of 10 means starting from 0 to 9. Student of 0 to student of 9. Okay. So that is it. So for example, the number of students increased from 10 to some 100. Can I increase the size of the array? No, I can't I can't increase the size of the array. So I have to, so it's a fail thing. So that is the thing. Arrays have a fixed dimension. Once the size of an array is decided, it can't be increased or decreased during execution. That's the thing now. I can't decrease student of 10 to student of 6. I can't decrease. Whenever I have given int student of 10 memory locations are already reserved for student 0 to student 9. Student 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 until 9. 10 things are already they were reserved. That memory locations are reserved. That's what. I can't increase the memory locations, continuous memory locations, or I can't decrease the memory locations. That's the disadvantage of the main disadvantage. So array elements are always stored in continuous memory location. So that's the disadvantage. That's the so if I want to increase the size of, if I want to increase the size of an array also, I can't increase because the continuous location from starting from memory location some 10 to 20 there are stored. After 20 some other thing is stored. So I can't increase the size of array because after 20 something is there. So I can't increase the size. So operations like insertion and deletion are already tedious. Okay. To overcome these limitations, we came to know what we mean by what we call as array of. To overcome this limitation of array, we came to know about linked list. Okay. So what do you mean by linked list? Linked list is a linear data structure. It contains nodes. Each node contains two parts. One is data part and another is link part. The data contains elements and the link contains the address of another node. Okay. So you can see the linked list. Linked list collection of nodes. Linked list. List means what? A number of things come together. There is known as list. List of items means was a group of items. So in the same way, is it audible? Nobody is replying. I think most of the people are switching off their mobile, just on their mobiles and just keeping them. Okay, that's your problem. I can't do anything. You will suffer at the end of the day. End of the day, you will suffer. Okay, now once. So two parts. Each linked list contains a list of nodes, a group of nodes, and each node has two parts. One is data, another is link. Okay, data means the data which I want to store. Link means link to the next memory location, to the next node. So you can see now. I will just explain it. See, for example, this is an array. So A of 0, A of 1, A of 2. Okay, some values are there. For example, 3, 6, 9. For example, you can see. So, for example, there is an array A of 0, A of 1, A of 2. That is A of 3, array of 3 elements. Some values are stored in A of 0, 3, A of 1, 6, A of 2, 9. Okay. Now, the memory locations of these things, how they will be? 1 minute, I will see. For example, So this is 3001 location. Three thousand one, comma 3002, comma 3003. So these are the continuous memory location addresses. Okay, these are the addresses. So F0, F1, F2 values are 369. What are the addresses? 3301, 302, 303. Some three address locations were there. So array is stored in a continuous memory location. So if I know the address location of A of 0, I can know the address of any another element in the array just by adding one or two. For example, A of 0, it is 3001 memory location. If I want to know the address of A of 2, just I will add two things. That is A of 3. It will become A of 3. So in 3003, the memory location that A of 2 will be stored. So once the starting address of the array is known, I can know the address of any element in the array because all these are stored in continuous memory location, line one by one, one by one. So whereas in linked list it is not like that. See, 3 is stored here, next 6 is stored somewhere else, somewhere we don't know. So to the address of this element 6 is stored in 3. That part is known as link. Link contains the address of the next part in the array. Okay. So you can see. So previously I told. So continuous memory locations and uncontinuous memory locations. So what? So you can see the things here. See, now you can see. Linked list is a linear. Nodes make up the linked list. Linked list are structures made up of data and a pointer to another node. That is the thing you have to understand. I will not know what is the address of next element in the linked list. Whereas an array is also a list, but array is also a list. But if I know the starting address of that array, I can know the address of any element in the array because they are continuously stored. Whereas in linked list, they are not continuously stored. Okay. Usually the pointer is called next. Okay. So you can see it. It is a collection of nodes with various fields. It contains data field and address field or link field. What is this address? Address of the next element in the list. Address of the next element in the list. So one minute. So you can see. So for example, 3 elements are there in the linked list. You can see here. 14. 14 is the data part. 14 is the first element in the list. What is the address of the next element? 30, 100. 100 is the address of the node, next node. This was stored in address part of first node. So first node is 14, second node is 30, third node is 42. In first node's address part, second node address was stored. Second node address is 100. It was stored in first node address part or link part or next part. So if I want to read the elements in the list, first I will read 14. Next I will read the address. I will go to that address. In 100th address, which element is there? 30th element is there. So again, I will know. I will see what is the next value in what is the address part? What is the address that was stored in the address part? 400. So 400 is the address of the last node. So I will go to 400. Here in 400, 42 element was stored, and this is the last element in the list. So the address part in the last node is known as null. So you can see here. So this 400 should be there here. So this should be okay. The above figure shows the example of marks obtained by different students can be stored in a linked list. For example, if I want to show the marks obtained by different students. Initially, 10 students are there. So 10 nodes will be there. Afterwards, if I want to increase the size of the list, I can increase because there is no continuous memory location. Wherever some memory is empty, I will store and link up that node to the previous node. So this second node is linked to first node by address. That 100 address of the second node is stored in the next part in the link of the first node. And third node address is 400. It was stored in the link of the previous second node. And the last part of the address is known as null. So here you can see null. So here also you can see 5, 10, 21. These are stored in 5 address location. The address of 10 is stored. I will write here. For example, this is the address of element 10 is somewhere some 4005. In that location, that memory is stored. So here, what will be stored? I will be storing. For example, 400. So I will store in the address part of element 5 400. One minute. So you can see the addresses of different nodes. The second node is address is 400. So where it will be stored, this 400 address in the address part of first element 5. 5 is the data part. In that address part, 400 will be stored. Okay. In this address part 400. Again, in second element 10, second element data element is 10. In the address part which will be stored, the address of the next node, that is 675, will be stored in this address part. Okay, you can see this part. Here you can see the mouse where I am showing, the 675 will be stored. Again, in the third element, that is third node, the first data is 20. The second part is link or address of the next node. So the address of the next node is 698. It will be stored in the part here. So 698 will be stored in second part. The second part of the third node. Third node is 20. In that one, in the data part, 20 is stored, whereas in address part or link part, 698 will be stored. Now see the last node. See, here is the last, this is the last node. There is no node after this one. So what I will do in the address part, I will keep null. Null means zero, nothing. So nothing is there. So now we will see some differences between array and a linked list. I think most of you have understood what we mean by linked list. Arrays already you have understood from the first two chapters. We are implementing or we are discussing all about arrays only. In this third chapter only, the concept of pointers and array came into existence. Okay. So see, array is fixed size, linked list dynamic size. That is, resizing is expensive or we can't do. Whereas in linked list, I can increase the size. In the previous example, we have seen in the linked list. 3 elements are there, and I can add more elements also. So wherever there is a space available in the memory, I will search that one and I will keep my value there. I will keep my value there. And I will link to the last node of the present list. So I can increase the size. So second difference you can see. Insertions and deletions are inefficient. Elements are usually shifted. Insertion deletions are efficient, no shifting. So insertion and deletions I can do very easily here. Next. Random access, that is efficient indexing. No random access, not suitable for operations requiring accessing element by index such as sorting. For example, by using index, I told, here if I know a of 0, for example, I'll write here. If I know the address of a of 0, based on the index 0, if I want to know the address of some a of 9, I can know that one. Based on the index, I can access the element or I can know the address. Whereas in linked list is not like that. If I know the address of the first one, I can't calculate the address of a of 9 directly by using the index. See here, if a of 0, the address is somewhere, for example, 3000. I can calculate by using the index plus 9, 3009. But in linked list is not like that. I can't by calculate the address of any element by using the index. I have to go through each element. I have to journey from one list to another, one node to another node, another node to another node, until I get the node which I want. Then only I can know the address. So you can see. So you see, here address of 1 I can't know if I know the address of 5 by using index. See, this is the fourth element, this is the first element. 5 is the first element, 1 is the fourth element. Just if the address of 5 is 3000, I can't tell it is a 3003. I can't tell like by using index, because just there are 3 elements next to 5. Just by adding 3, the address is 303, 3003. So I can't do like that. Okay. What I can do, how I can do, what to do means I have to start at 5. I have to go to next 10. I have to go to next 20. At 20, I will know the address of the last node in the list. So I have to go. I have to go through a journey from first node to last node only. Then only I can know the address of the last node, or the node which I want to, which whose details I want. Okay. See. No, you see, fourth, now all of you see. Fourth one is very, very important. No memory wastage if the array is full or almost full. Otherwise may result in much memory wastage. So, see, this is the one of the main disadvantages. Here, for example, I have given int student of some 89, something like that. Some otherwise 100. So, okay, if I want to store, now I have given like this. If I want to store some 120 students address, I can't do that one. Only up to 100 only I can store the marks. On to 100 of students only I can store the marks. Whereas in 120 students, I can't do that one. At the same time, int student of 100 means 100 memory locations were already reserved in the memory. Now, just I stored only 10 marks of 10 students. Though I use 10 or 20 locations, all the 100 locations are already reserved. See, if you have reserved some seat in the train, what happens? Though you may use that seat, or you may not use that seat, it was reserved. In the same way, here whenever I have given a declaration something like int student of 100, once this line is executed, automatically 100 memory locations were already reserved in the memory. These 100 locations will not be can't be used by any other person, any other variable or any other program. These are reserved. You may use that 100 locations or you may not use. For example, I have used only 10, so I have only marks of 10 students or 20 students. I used only 20 memory locations to store the marks of 20 students. Another 80 will be of no use. Another 80 will be of no use. Okay, that's the thing. So no memory wastage if the memory array is full or almost full. Otherwise, may result in much memory wastage. Whereas here, if you see, since memory is allocated dynamically, there is no wastage of memory. This is the main thing, fourth point. See, first, for example, I will write something like this. For example, see here, see the example here. First, I added 5. Next, if I want to add an element, add an element in the list, that is 10. So what I will do, I will create a node, store the value of 10 there, and I will link this address, store this address of element 10 in element 5. So whenever I want to store a node in the list, whenever I want to store, increase the number of elements in the list, what I will do, I will just search the memory, store a value there, store the value there, and link to the previous node. So first I stored in 5. First I stored 5. Next, what I stored, what I have done, I have created node 10 and I linked it with 5. Again, what I have done, I have created 20 node, store 20, and I link it 10. So dynamically, I will be creating a node. There is nothing like reserving of data, reserving of memory locations. Whenever I want to increase the size of the list, what I will do, I will search the whole memory. Wherever some memory is empty, I will create a node there, and I will link that address to the previous node in the linked list. For example, 20. I want to increase the linked list by 3 elements. I want to add 20 to the list. So what I can do, I will search the whole memory. Some 3015 location, some memory is empty. So what I will do, I will create a node 20, show the value 20 there, and I will add take that address 3005 something like that, and you will add to memory location in the address part of previous node, that is 10. I will store in the address part, that is here. You can see here. So all will become that adding of nodes in the linked list will be done dynamically. So there will be no wastage of memory. Okay. So you can see. Now the thing is, no, last one. See, sequential access is faster. Sequential access is slow. So you can see here. Here, int a of 1 minute. See, int a of 0 is 3000 location. So if I want to know the address of a of 9, just add 9 to 3000, and I will get 3009 location. Then there I can get the value. This access is very, very fast. Whereas in linked list, it's not like that. I have to go one by one. I have to move one by one. I have to move one by one. From first element to second element to third element. So it will take time. But the main advantage is, what is the main advantage? Here, memory wastage is less in linked list compared to array. And the second part is, I can increase the size of the linked list, where I can't, here I can't increase the size of an array. Okay, so that's the main thing. See, okay, sequential. So now it's like, so here we can see. Pointer to the first. So now, I think most of you have understood what they mean by linked list. So here now there are some different types of linked list known as single linked list, double linked list, circular linked list, circular double linked list. So we will see. So a single, you can see the definition. A single linked list is one in which all nodes are linked together in some sequential manner. A single linked list is one in which all nodes are linked together in some sequential manner. Circular linked list. A circular linked list is one which has no beginning and no ending. The null pointer in the last node of the linked list is replaced with the address of its first node, such as list Such as a list is called such a first node. Such an is 1 minute. Such a list is known as circular linked list. You can see here. See. First, the first node, what is the value, what is the address? 4000. Second node, 1000. Third node, 2000. So in the first node, the value 10 is stored. And what's the address? What address is stored in the address part? 1000. Because the 1000 is the address of the second node in the linked list. Again, you can see in the second node, you can see the value 15 I have stored, and again what I have done, I have stored the value 2000. Why I have stored 2000? Because 2000 is the address of the third node. Okay. Now in the third node address part, you can see null part. You can see the null part. That means what null means? No address. That means this is the last one. No address of the next node. That means what? It is null. That means no address. No address means there is no node to the next of this element. So element 20 is the final one, last one. Okay. So you can see the circular linked list. So see. Previously, in the last node is 20. In that address part, null is there. That means no next node, no information about the next node. This is null means what? 0. 0 means what? There is no address. No address means what? There is no next node in the linked list. Whereas in circular linked list, you can see here 4000 is stored. What is the 4000? 4000 is the address of the first node in the circular linked list. See, this 10, number 10 and value 10 is stored in memory location 4000. 15 is stored in memory location 1000. 20 is stored in memory location 2000. So you can see here. Oh, this is single linked list. So you can see here. 500 is the address of this node 45. So again address part 100 is stored. 100 means what? 100 is the address of this node 60. Again in the 60 address part 200 is stored. 200 in 200, what is the next address? 200 means what? This is the address of the node 35. Okay. So now you can see here circular linked list 4500 60 35 400. See, 400 means what? This is the address of the first node in the circular linked list. So in place of null of the last node in the single linked list, the address of the first node will be stored. Okay. This I will this inserting, deleting these operations we will discuss in the next chapter, next class. Okay. Now another type of linked list we can see double linked list. A single linked list has some disadvantage. That is, it can't traverse in. It can traverse only in one direction. Many applications require searching and backward and forward traveling. So you can see here. So see here. In double linked list, another part is added. That is previous. You can see here. Previous. Single linked list, data and next part. Data and the address of the next node. These two fields will be there. Whereas in double linked list, three things will be there: previous, data, next. So previous means address of the previous node. So if I know the address of the previous node and address of the next node, I can traverse forward and also backward. You can see. So you can see null. So first node is this one. The element is 10. Null means what? Before this node, no element, no node is there. So you can see this second node, 15. 15 is the data part. 15 is stored. In previous part, 1000 is stored. That means what? 1000 is the address of the previous node in the linked list. In the next part, 3000 is stored. 3000 means what? 3000 is the address of the next node in the list. So first part will give the value of the previous node. The next node, last part, that is next, will give the address of the next node. So first part gives the address of previous node. Third part will give the address of the next node. Okay. You can see the same circular double linked list also. So you can see what's there in the address. See, in the last third element, 1000 is there. 1000 means what? 1000 is the address of the first element in the double linked list. At the same way, in the first element, if you see the previous part, that is first part, previous part, 3000 is stored. So 3000 means what? Before this 1000 element, what is the element? Last node is the element. So last node address will be stored in previous part of the first node, and in the next part, address part of the linked list, the address of the first node will be stored. We will discuss. So we will end the session today. Okay. So today we have discussed what do you mean by linked list, what are the disadvantages of linked list compared to arrays, advantages and disadvantages compared to arrays, and the third step is different types of linked list we have discussed. In the next class, we will be discussing the operations on the linked list. Okay. I'm ending the session. Okay.